Aunt Molly and Friends is closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Come on over to my big backyard and bring your best friends too. Gather round, we'll share some fun today. Now here's what we can do. There are songs to sing and trips to take and books to read and cookies to bake, games to play, we're on our way. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and Friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and Friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and Friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and Friends.
Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here in the studio today. We've got a wonderful show lined up. But first, do you hear that? We have to wake up Rusty, my dog. So on the count of 3, can I hear Rusty wake up? 1, 2, 3.
Rusty, wake up!
He is still snoring. But we're not seeing him because he's still snoring. Oh, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3.
Rusty, wake up!
All right. Hi, Rusty.
Oh, hi, Emily. Oh, hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
I'm so glad you're up, and looks like you washed behind your ears.
Oh, yes, I did.
And you washed your face.
I got all clean. I knew we had our friends here today, so I wanted to look really good.
And your T-shirt looks very nice and clean.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for ironing it.
Oh, you are so welcome. And I love it that it says Rusty on it.
Yeah, it's got my name. R-U-S-T-Y. Rusty.
Very good. Boys and girls, do you know how to spell your names? Yes, right. That's very important, isn't it? And Rusty knows how to spell his.
Hi, Aunt Molly. Are you there? It's me, Kip.
Well, hi, Kip. How are you?
I'm great. Here we are today at Papio NRD with my friend Red, the screech owl. Now, if we look at Red, her wing is injured. Her left wing, she was hit by a car, so she can no longer fly anymore. So we're taking care of her here at Papio NRD. Now, these screech owls, they live right here in Nebraska. You'll see these in the cities as well. Since we're building more homes, they have less places to live, so we're actually seeing these guys come into our cities in order to try to find food. These animals have a really wide diet of different food. She'll eat small little mice, insects, and pretty much any small animal that she can possibly find. Now, if we look at her little talons, those little talons allow her to be able to grab her food. So she can swoop down, pick up an animal in the middle of the night, and she can grab it and eat it. These animals have been known to catch insects in mid-flight, so they're really, really athletic.
Is he full grown?
That's a great question. Red is fully grown. She's a small little owl. This guy probably only weighs a few ounces. This is all the bigger that she's gonna get. Now, this owl, we believe, is probably around 7 or 8 years old, maybe more. Since she was found in the wild, we don't know exactly how old she was. But in captivity, they can live to be about 14 or 15 years old. Do any of the boys or girls there have any questions?
Are these owls nocturnal?
That's a great question. One thing about screech owls, they are nocturnal. What nocturnal means is that they're up at night. So these animals will typically sleep during the day, and then when nighttime comes, that's when they're gonna search for their food. And they're gonna be looking for small insects, frogs, toads, and even mice. And they've been known to catch moths in mid-flight. If you guys look at her really big eyes, those big eyes allow her to be able to see at night. Since they're nocturnal, they have really, really good night vision. And that allows them to be able to spot the prey that they're gonna be trying to eat. And she has that little tiny beak. That small beak allows her to be able to grab her food. Sometimes they don't have teeth, so she cannot chew her food, so she sometimes will have to pull little small pieces of her food apart to be able to swallow it. These animals are carnivores, so they're only eating meat. They do not eat plants. So her diet's gonna consist of frogs, toads, small mice, insects, things like that. Now, those talons they have are pretty sharp. That's why we use this glove. She uses those talons to pick up the animal she's gonna eat. Whether it's an insect or a mouse, she can grab that animal, pick it up, fly off, and then she'll eat it. If we look at the owl's head, she can turn her head really far around, but not all the way around. Owls have to be able to turn their head really far because their eyes are fixed in their head. She cannot move her eyes to search what's going on around her. She has to move her head. So she can move her head really far, almost all the way behind her, to be able to find out if there's a predator nearby that may be able to try to hurt her. Now, these owls have amazing hearing, so when it's pitch dark outside in the middle of the night, they can hear any little animal moving by. For their prey, they'll swoop down, pick it up, and eat it. Those feathers on the top of her head look like ears, but they are not ears. She actually has what we call asymmetrical hearing. So she has one ear on top of her head towards the side, and then the other ear is down lower. And that allows her to be able to hear the direction of a sound. So if she hears a predator off to the left, she's going to know exactly where that animal is, so she can hide and protect herself. Now these animals are really good flyers. She isn't because of her injured wing, but in the wild they can fly pretty good distances to be able to try to catch their prey. And they're very accurate too. If there's an insect flying in the air, she can swoop down and pick that insect up in mid-flight. Now owls are famous for their hooting noises that they make at night, so you probably won't be able to see one of these here, but if you ever go in the woods, you may be able to hear an owl's noise. And all different types of owls make all different types of noises. Any other questions?
Where do they sleep during the day?
These animals are cavity nesters, so that means they're going to find a hole in a tree or a cave, and they're going to build their nest inside that area. Now as the sun comes out, it's getting a little warmer outside, so she's trying to cool herself off by panting, kind of like what a dog does.
Kip, that is a beautiful owl. Thank you so much for showing it to us.
Thanks, Aunt Molly. We'll see you next time. Bye, kids.
Bye, Kip.
The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Our friends Mimi and Gigi are here today, and they're going to show us how to make a craft. Gigi, what are we doing today?
Today we are making folded fans.
Let's take a look at our supplies. You will need construction paper, chenille sticks, crayons, and scissors.
To start, choose a color of construction paper and color the front and back side of the paper.
Does it matter how we color it?
Nope, you can make any design you would like.
Okay. Ooh, I like pink.
Me too. Pink's my favorite color.
Mine too.
Cool.
So we can be as creative as we want, can't we?
Yeah. I'm making polka dots.
I'm creating some texture in mine by cutting out some shapes.
Okay. That's a neat idea. It'll give your fans some curve, won't it?
It will. Boys and girls, our next step is to fold the fan back and forth. This is to create waves. You can make big folds or small folds. It adds a nice ruffle texture to it. Make sure to press down the creases. Kind of like an accordion.
Okay, boys and girls, pinch the bottom of your fan like this and take a chenille stick, and we're just going to twist it at the end like this, and we'll snip off the edges with our scissors. Boys and girls, are we ready to show everyone at home?
Yes. Oh, I feel the breeze.
Yes, me too.
And now it's time to look at the Aunt Molly Art Gallery.
Look at this beautiful rainbow from Adria. Faith made such a colorful picture. It's just lovely. Samantha drew a rainbow and she has a pot of gold with hers. Samantha has a gorgeous flower. Looks like a wild rose. Karis also drew a beautiful flower for us. 10-year-old Maddie has a bright, colorful sunrise. Oh, Rusty, look. Reagan drew a picture for you. And Ava has a colorful photo of me. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for the beautiful artwork. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends.
What's your talent? Hi, I'm Kadisha. I'm 9 years old and I'm a horseback rider and a singer. So how I started horseback riding is me and my mom went to a horseback riding show and I thought I wanted to do horseback riding, so she signed me up for 1 time a week, and I started really getting into it. So the first thing that we do is we walk the horses, so we can just warm up the horses, and so they're just like loosened up and they're calmer and they're just ready to go. And then our trainer tells us to start trotting. When we trot, we do posting, and posting is when you go up and down, and posting might look a bit funny, but the reason why we do it is so we won't bounce off, because the English trot can be kind of fast. Posting, it just makes it a lot easier. After we trot, we canter, and it's kind of like a slow gallop, but it's in between trot and gallop, so it's just like, I like to think of it as something medium. After we warmed up on the flat, we jump. I like jumping because it's just really fun and you feel like you can do anything and it's just really free.
Let me go through the night and from my state home.
Well, I started music when I was 3 years old, and my uncle, he bought me a pink piano, and I started playing it and playing it and playing it, and then I really got into music. Found a music studio, and then I started taking piano lessons and singing lessons. With singing, I just feel like you can do anything with your voice, get your voice doing whatever you'd like. So, my mom was born in Africa, Senegal. She's an international model. She's done a lot of campaigns and a lot of advertisement. And my dad, he was born in Germany. He's a photographer. He has photographed my mom in a lot of stuff. So that's probably where I get my inspiration for the entertainment business, because I've lived around it all my life. When I was born premature, and I was born 3.5 months early. So my mom and dad were a little scared because I was born early and they didn't know if I would live. I had to stay in the hospital after I was born for 4 months. That's more than what other babies had to stay, and I had to do that so I could get stronger.
So when she was born very premature, and as we know, so 3 months early, and it was a very tough time for all of us.
Oh my, Khadisha, she's my little miracle. She's just amazing kid.
For all the kids that have a dream, I'd say never give up, always try your best, and feel free to love what you're doing and just have fun with it. I'm Khadisha. I'm 9 years old, and I'm a horseback rider and a singer. Everyone has a talent. What's yours?
And now it's time for Aunt Molly's Honor Roll. 9-year-old Carissa is part of a bully prevention program at her school called KKSS. 6-year-old Faith is in kindergarten, and her teachers have said that she should be promoted to 2nd grade. Way to go, Faith! 11-year-old Katie is a conflict manager at her school. 4-year-old Brennan can count all the way to 100. That's really far. 5-year-old Corey can say his ABCs all the way through. 11-year-old Zoe recently got 4 A's, and she has A's in almost all of her classes. Wow! 6-year-old Claire helps her parents do chores around the house, and her little brother, 4-year-old Nathan, helped a teacher at school do some of her office work. We'll be right back.
The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends. The fun never ends with Aunt Molly and friends.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Today we're talking about the subject of confidence. Confidence is when you feel very secure with who you are and with what you're doing. For instance, I feel confident about being on television because I like talking to children and I like being a positive influence. You may feel confident about having a pet and knowing how to take care of a pet because you've learned how to do it, and you know how to feed the pet, and you know how to take care of it. And that gives you confidence. You build up your how you feel about yourself. Rusty, do you ever have a feeling of confidence when you're out playing with other dogs?
Oh, yeah. I'm really confident that I can run really fast.
And why do you feel that way?
Because I do it all the time.
Well, see, that helps build your confidence level. When you know that you're good at something, you might be good at running, you might be good at dance, you might be good at soccer, you might be good at playing a musical instrument. Do you like to play soccer, Aubrey? Do you? And
I do dance.
And you do dance? But having confidence, though, is when you have had training or you've had experience going in, and you feel good about yourself, just like going to school. When you learn, when your teacher teaches you something about math or about new words, how to read or how to spell them, that helps make you feel better about yourself because you've learned something new.
And I know that I'm not very good at things like math, but I can be confident that if I try really hard and I ask for help, that I can get it right.
That's the key too. Do you any of you ever face the situation where you're really afraid to do something, but you're encouraged to do it? Have you ever had that happen? Yep. Zach, can you share with us what that was?
First day of school. To make new friends.
Yes, to make new friends at the first day of school. That can be kind of scary, can't it? But then what do you do to make a new friend?
I share with them and have fun at recess.
Good, yeah. You learn to you play with them and learn more about them. And then you can feel confident that you're a good friend of theirs. Well, I'm sure that as life grows within you and as you get older, you will learn to feel more confident about many different things in life just because you've experienced them and you've had training and encouragement to learn to do more things. Boys and girls, thanks so much for joining us today. We hope you had a great time on Aunt Molly and Friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Come on over to my big
If you would like to be in the studio audience of Aunt Molly and Friends, just have a grown-up. Go to AuntMollyOmaha.com for tickets.
Aunt Molly and Friends is taped in front of a live studio audience at the Mall of the Bluffs in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
And books to read and cookies to bake, games to play, we're on our way. Gather round, we'll share some fun today. Now here's what we can do.